Hello and welcome to a new episode of the Yarnflakes Podcast. My name is Audrey and this is a nitty yarny podcast from the southwest of France. Hi everyone, I hope you are all doing very well. That if you are in the United States where that storm is coming, that you are staying safe. And yeah, I am good. It is still really hot today. Yet I managed to put on some knitwear. So I'll just get over it right now. This is the Pavement Sweater by Vera Valimaki. And I knitted it out of Malabrigo sock in Pocion. And it's nice 3/4 length, so it's okay. I can survive. But yes, I'm very happy to be coming back with you this week. I have a nice episode with you, a very exciting pattern release, some finished, half-finished objects, and more knitting. And I also want to share some really pretty yarn that I got recently and I want to talk to you about. And yeah, I'm gonna jump right in. You can find timestamps to everything that I talk about in the description down below. So if you want to skip anything, feel free to look at it and jump ahead. And I also put links to everything that I talk about, as well as my social media. I am Yarnflakes everywhere, and my patterns for sale on Ravelry. So yes, the light is so good today. My dark circles don't look as bad as they really are. I mean, they're here, but trust me, in real life, I pretty much look dead. But yeah, let's start. I have just published a new pattern on Ravelry, and it is, trying to show you the right side, it is the Avellana shawl. So I've talked to you about it quite a lot while I was working on it. It's a triangular shawl with basically a play on lots of different textures. So you have some pearl textures, most of it is ribbed base, and some cables. And it's a nice wingspan, it's not too big. Although I do include instructions in the pattern to make it longer if you want. And I personally use 3 colors of fingering weight. This is a Knit Away Speckled Hen, which is a UK-based dyer. It's sort of my main color. I used Dirty Chai by Wool & Boon, and this is a Cascade Heritage in charcoal. And it made a really nice autumnal association. But the thing is, you can work it in however many colors you want. Like it can be a mini or scraps project as well if you just keep changing on every section. And I also think that it is really lovely as a unicolor, just one color shawl. I myself really like one color shawls, so I asked some testers to do that for me. And you should really check all my testers' versions. They should appear on Ravelry fairly soon. They are all so beautiful. The 3 colors version, some of them use solid, some of them use very speckled, and they look absolutely lovely. And for the unicolor versions, 2 of them made it in white natural cream, which makes it super elegant. I really like it. And another tester has a really nice warm brown that's very autumnal, and it looks really good in one color. I really like it. So thank you so much to my testers for their wonderful project pictures, because the pictures are stunning, let me tell you, and their help, because that pattern, it's fairly easy. I don't know if it's a first shawl, because you do need to keep track of several things at once. And that is the thing. So the pattern has 2 types of instructions. One with charts and one row by row. So the pattern looks very long, but if you only look at one set of instructions, it's only about 8-9 pages. So yeah, everything was arranged thanks to my tester's help, so that the charted instructions, because you do need to you have a center cable that you can see here. And you need to keep track of this as well as the sections, obviously. And so the pattern is arranged so that that's as easy as it can be. It's very interesting during testing, and that's why I like having many testers and interacting with them, because I learn a lot about how they like to knit, and you can see like a vast array of different methods of approaching a pattern and how they function, what they think is comprehensible, what they think is easy. It's really nice. And so we reached something that I think is good. But if you do not like charts or keeping track of several things at once, even though it's only like two types of charts at once, well, I have put row by row instruction for the entire shawl. So you can follow that if you wish. And yes, like I said, instructions to make it longer. It's a fingering weight, but I think it would look quite nice in a heavier weight yarn, should you wish to do that as well. And yes, Avellana for hazelnut in Occitan, and let me put it on to show you how it is worn. It is up on Ravelry today. I'm going to put it up as soon as I finish editing the podcast. And yeah, there is obviously a coupon code for the release of the pattern if you like to get patterns at a reduced price. It is the code Avellana, and it gives you 20% off until Sunday. So yeah, that is it, and I hope you like it. I had lots of nice compliments on it, so thank you so much. I think it's a really fun thing to knit because of how much it changes sections. It can be a good thing to use up some scraps, some half skeins, and yeah, I really enjoyed knitting it. I knitted up super quickly, and I knitted it quite a long time now ago, and so yeah, it's a really nice autumnal shawl, and I think I'm going to wear it. I don't wear my shawls like this, but it is convenient to take pictures and show you, to put it on like this. Do you like the little, I don't know if you can see the little gnomes here. It's like a cheesy Christmas decoration that's here. We did not decorate our house for Christmas yet. It's just standing here because we don't have another place to put it. Don't worry. We are at least going to wait for Halloween to be over. No, we're not so much hysterical about Christmas decorations anyway. The Avellana shawl. So yes, this is my new pattern on Ravelry. The link and the coupon code, everything is in the description. So yeah, free to have a look if you like it. Do check my testers versions if you want some inspiration, because I'm going to say it again, they made stunning versions and I am really grateful to them for this. So yeah, this is my first sort of autumnal pattern release. So yeah, I hope you like it, and I am going to move on to another finished object, which I am so happy about. Quite hot. My hair is still a little bit wet because I washed it this morning and it's sticky. Anyway, I have finished another design, and yes, I finished that thing. This is a wrap that I did. It's gonna be very design this week again, but this is a wrap that I designed myself, and it's the Lucarne wrap, and it's a lace weight rectangular wrap. And so I just took it off the blocking. It blocked overnight, and oh, I like it so much. So I've been knitting on that for quite some time, so I'm sure you're sick of me telling you about it. So I'm just going to show you how it looks now that it's blocked. This is the getting up, sitting down episode. Oh look, it's convenient with a dark sweater. So garter border, this lace motif. So the lace motifs are simple. They're short repeats. It's just yarn overs and simple and double decreases. Fairly simple double decreases, don't worry. Now you see I've introduced the second lace motif. And yep. And the first one is gone. And the shawl, the wrap, and just with that motif this. So I need to take pictures and then it will be ready for testing, because I spent the entire afternoon yesterday writing out the pattern. It's fairly simple to work, like you see it doesn't have any sort of shaping, but it's just that the disposition of the charts, it's very easy visually, but it's quite confusing when you explain it with words. So I made a schematic, which I hope will help. I'm not sure. But yeah, and also I have made it so that the charts, as you can see, they have a beginning and an end that is different and quite neat when they stop and start in the middle of the shawl, so that it's rather flattering. So all of it makes, like, I initially wanted to make as well row by row instructions for this part, like the part where you have the two charts, because you have to keep track of the two charts at the same time. But because of the alterations that I did, it doesn't really make sense to make row by row charts, because row by row instructions, because it's just confusing, because you will not stop at a 0 point with both motifs, and so yeah, it's really weird. And I thought that making row by row instructions would just make the pattern confusing, so I spent all afternoon fighting with this, and I think I finally came up with a layout that is good. So the pattern will have the charts and the written instructions, and I've placed them in the pattern so that the charts are repeated several times and they're just placed together, so you can look at one page and you see everything that you need to do, whether it's a chart or a written instruction. So it's not row by row, but it sort of is, because you can see the charts, the motifs are still distinct, but you can see them in one page. And I think that makes sense, and that it's going to work like this. I will see what my testers think. Yeah, because I will ask for testers for this very soon. Like I said, I need to take pictures. I will try to do that this afternoon, if the light is still with me. And then I will ask for testers on Instagram. I ask for testers on Instagram. Please apply there when I ask for testers, because I just can't keep track of if you ask me in YouTube or on Ravelry and by email. I just can't keep track of everything, especially when I didn't put the test call yet. So I will put the test call probably tomorrow, I think, on Thursday, so or maybe Friday, I don't know. But yeah, when it's there, you can apply on Instagram if you like to test it. So I used a lace weight yarn. This is Cosmic Strings Yak Singles Lace. So it's 60% superwash merino, 65% superwash merino, 20% silk, and 15% yak. And it's a singles, and it's in the colorway penny, and it is beautiful. Oh, this is so nice. I really like it because it's delicate, because of the lace, obviously. But at the same time, with the color and the fact that it is rather long, longer than what I thought I would. Like I could wrap it twice if I did that better, but it still looks very autumnal. So if, like me, you live in a place that just won't let go of the summer, yeah, that can be a nice thing. I'm strangling myself. Yeah. And I think it looks really nice. It is really satisfying because I've been working on this for quite some time and it looks really nice. It looks almost exactly, because if you remember, first I had like a wider thing. It was way too wide, you see. Imagine, because this is how wide it is, and I had one more repeat of the two. Yeah, it can be nice, and you can easily do that yourself if you want to modify the wrap to have something wider. But I think it's much better like this, much more delicate. And yeah, so I used lace weights, and you can obviously use fingering weight if you want to. The way the pattern will be written is written, because it's written already. I am not touching that thing anymore until my testers tell me everything is wrong. But the way the pattern is written is so that you can use the yarn that you have. So I tell you to weigh your yarn first, or to divide it into 3 equal parts, because where's the wrong side? Yeah. So this is a third, this is another third, and this is another third. Okay? And so I say at every point you need to have used that many percents of your yarn, so that you can keep track and you can make a much longer wrap if you want, or if you make it wider, you know, you don't want what. But yes, I used 800 meters. I have like tiny ball left. I used 800 meters of lace weight. And I figured if you want something even longer, you could use up to 1,000 meters. But I think it's already quite a nice... I haven't measured it because, like I said, I just took it off the blocking. I haven't measured it, but it's really... It's the church guy. It's like standing up and sitting down. It's gonna be the title of... Okay, so it's like a wingspan and an arm. Yeah, so it's fairly long, and I think it looks really nice. I'm really happy with it, and I hope I'm gonna be able to get pretty pictures. But yes, did I say the name? Yes, this is the Lucarne wrap. Lucarne meaning the little windows that are in the roof. Not a roof window, but like a normal window. Planted in a roof, so to say. And yeah, this is because of the little lace openings, obviously, like the see-through kind of effect, and the fact that this golden bronzy color is really, really shiny. Oh, this looks so nice. I really hope I'm gonna be able to get pretty pictures. I should. Yeah. Okay, I'm really happy that this is done, and yeah, I'm gonna ask for testers, like I said, really soon, and I hope to be releasing that sometime, maybe in October. We will see how long I grant my testers. The thing is, it becomes quite meditative, because especially for the 2/3 of the shawl, of the wrap, when you only have to take track of one chart, and the charts are short repeats, and it's easy to see because they're so geometric. It's easy to see where the things are, and it became quite meditative for me. You know, it's kind of that feeling well, you suddenly realize that you've done a lot of rows without really paying much attention, and you're like, oh, I probably did a mistake, because you had to keep track of a chart, either making lace or shaping something. But actually, when you look at it, you didn't make a mistake, because it's like muscle memory. And so it got to that point for me knitting this, and so I hope you will enjoy knitting it too. But if you do like it, like I said, keep an eye on. Oh, I'm gonna take a picture of it folded like this because it looks pretty. If you are interested in test knitting this, keep an eye on Instagram and apply when I put the call there. Like I said, probably tomorrow. I'm getting attacked by a mosquito again. Yeah, so that is my finished object for this week. And we're gonna go on to whips, and I have, okay, I can show you a couple, actually 3 whips I have to show you. The first one is gonna go rather quickly, because I don't have much to say about it. It's my Rotur sweater. So this is a pattern by Lerge from Fibertales. Am I getting better at pronouncing your name? I hope so. But yes, so this is DK weight, pure, just magical autumnal goodness sweater with this wonderful brioche yoke that ends with a little bit of colorwork. And as you can see, I've separated for the body and the sleeves. And so it now looks like a sweater, and it looks so good. I really like it. So yeah, I'm just knitting on the body. I'm gonna make it a bit longer than what Lerge says in her pattern, because I don't want it so I don't want it super long, because yeah, I basically wear a lot of high-waisted things anyway. Only high-waisted things actually when I have pants or skirts, but I still want it to be like a tad longer. I think I have about maybe 4 centimeters more before starting the hem, and yeah, it's knitting up really nicely. The Filcolana is so thin. The fabric looks a bit irregular though, so I really can't wait to see how it looks when it's blown. Well, now that I look at it, it's okay. So I am using Filcolana Gotland Pelsuld in rust. So this is Gotland sheep, and yeah, it's really nice. It's really rustic. But yeah, you can feel the crunch, but it's not prickly like some Shetland sometimes can be. But I really like it, and it's a really fine DK weight, so I think it's going to bloom really well. And the color I used for the contrast color in the yoke is Tukuwool Fingering in the Uyo. That is what I was doing, colorway. So it's this movie thing, and I am still completely amazed at that impromptu. It's always so ridiculous. Impromptu. To say a French word with an English accent always feels so weird. I guess it must be the same. Even though, like in French, we will say weekend. What else can we say? Yeah, I'm sure there are English words that we use and that the pronunciation is like French. So that would be weird as well for you. But I am still very amazed at how that impromptu combination of color turned out. It's just lovely, and I can't wait to wear this. And I hope it's going to be a very cold winter. Yeah, so not much to say about it. It's just round and round on the body, and then I will do the sleeves and it will be done. And yeah, my next work in progress, let's just continue. So I am test knitting a pattern for Fibertales. It is her Fjer Cardigan, which is a cropped boxy cardigan with like nice textural effect. It's knit in fingering weight. And I am using Rerum Natura Albertine in the colorway Crépuscule, which is their fingering weight, and I've talked about it at length in last episode because it's a really nice yarn. And yeah, I'm still saying that it's a really, really nice yarn. So where am I with that test knit? I can't show you all of it in great details, but I can show you sneak peeks. I have done the back, so with the shaping and everything, and the texture on the side. And yeah, I just want to show you the fabric. That, look at that, this is so nice and even. It's really beautiful. It matches my nails, part of my nails. That is, let's do it like this. Yeah, I really like how it's looking. So this is the back. It's quite, I made it a bit longer than what Larga says. I think because I think my row gauge is right, but I have to check again because I thought on my swatch my row gauge is on point, but here the thing is I made it longer, but I have the same row count as she calculated, so I have to double check that for her. But yes, I have started the fronts. It's a cardigan, did I say? Yes. I have started the fronts, and because I'm knitting them 2 at a time, because why not make it more complicated for me? No, I don't want to knit the sleeves too. The thing is, the sleeves are knit in the round. Yes. I don't like knitting 2 at a time in the round things like socks. I don't like this. I don't like the motion. It takes too much of the cable. I don't like it. However, knitting 2 flat things that are the same or just reverse at the same time, I don't mind. So that's what I'm doing. I cast on the 2 fronts and I'm working on them simultaneously. So 1 front, 2 fronts, they're just on the cable together with 2 balls attached. And yeah, I just finished the ribbing on those fronts and I'm gonna go up, and it's going to, I can see that it's going to go very quick. First, this went so quickly. Like, yeah, it just, I don't know if it's a combination of the yarn because it's so plump and it has such a nice bounce. I knit very quickly on this. And I think the fronts are going to go even quicker because you have the V shaping. So yeah, I can't wait to get to that and to do some more. I am really enjoying it, and yeah, I already know exactly how I'm going to wear that cardigan. I have my finished object picture already prepared. I know everything. I know how it's going to be. I know what I'm going to wear with it. It's ridiculous. It's going to fit really well in my wardrobe, I think. I'm kind of lacking normal cardigans, so to say. It's gonna come because I have a few in my queue and a few designs of mine as well. But yeah, like cardigans that look minimalistic, that can go with a lot of things, and I'm kind of lacking that, so that's going to be a really nice addition to my wardrobe, and it's going to go really well with a lot of my clothes. So I'm really happy about my yarn choice and about the design for that as well. So yeah, I'm really enjoying knitting on it, and yeah, I can't wait to do some more. I have to yeah, I'm probably going to knit on this quite a lot in the next week or so, because, well, I just want to advance on the test knit for Fiber Tales. And yeah, this is all I can say about this. And my last working project is another design of mine, and I have a half object, and it's these. So I've showed you last time these socks. I had just, I think, started the colorwork motif. So these are a pair of colorwork socks that I am designing, and I have finished one. And let me try to show you the front of it. Taking pictures of this design is going to be a nightmare, I'm warning you. I in general have a hard time taking pictures of my design. It's not something I enjoy. And socks are the worst. And it's a problem because I really like designing socks. But yes, this is how it looks. Can I just put a video of me doing that on Ravelry instead of pictures? Is that an option? But yes, so here is the completed motif for these socks. So it's colorwork socks. It's not complicated, but there are floats to catch here in consecutive rows. German short row heel and the sole pattern that you hadn't seen. So here it is. The sole pattern is a little bit is very different. Actually, I kind of wanted that to not have. Yeah, when you have a design on the front of a sock that is so like big chunks, I don't like it to be on the sole. I don't know, it's an aesthetical thing, personal preference. So that's how it looks. The yarn I used is Tukuwool Fingering in Tyyni and Valo for the contrast. And yeah, so these now have a name. Hey. If you remember last time, I was struggling. I didn't have a name idea. And thank you to those of you who gave little suggestions. Some of them are really sweet and I'm keeping them for future reference. But yeah, you had seen these flowers. And so it's true that it's very like bucolic, flowery thingy. But like any flower related names just wasn't feeling right. And when I saw like the entirety of the motif, like this is approximately one, like there's one extra row at the bottom, but this is like one repeat. I think, yes, it looks floral, but it also looks kind of royal, you know, like these motifs here, it has a little bit of a majestic feel to it. I don't know. I don't mean that to blow my own trumpet. It's just how it looks to me, like a little bit like, yeah, Versailles, that sort of thing. So the name is Aliénor, which is you know her as Aliénor of Aquitaine, mother of we say Richard Cœur de Lion, what's his English name? Anyway, Queen of France and England and everywhere because, yeah, in the Middle Age, Aliénor. I really like that name, Aliénor. It's, it's the equivalent of Eleanor. We do have Éléonore in French as well, which is a modern version. But Aliénor, I just thought it looked nice. So yeah, I just thought it fitted this delicate because flowers, but at the same time quite classy, you know, vintagey motif. It kind of looks like, it totally looks like a very vintage tapestry. You know, like the wall thing. Yeah. Will have its place in the Tudors. Yeah, I think. Anyway, these are now in testing. So I think they will be released in October. I gave my testers until the 1st of October to knit one sock. I'm knitting the second one at the same time. I'm testing my own pattern at the same time. Yeah, and this is where I am with the second one. Yeah, I just started. So I need to get on with this. Why exactly do I have a cabling needle here? I don't use cabling needles, so it's very unlikely that I put it out for something. I think, it got tangled and everything, and it got caught in the in the yarn. Mystery. Flying cable needles, everyone. But yes, the Aliénor socks, and I have to get on with that as well. But the elbow situation, it's fine, it's not hurting, it's just that I noticed that I pushed a little bit to finish the first sock, and 2mm needles stranded, putting the floats and everything. I think I weakened my elbow again, and so I am taking it a little bit easier. But yes, this is all I've been knitting on this week, and yeah, I am going to finish this episode with some yarn show. I have been eyeing this yarn ever since it was released, and I finally got some. It's Brusca by Rosa Pomar, so Retrosaria, the Portuguese brand, and so they're very known for their Mondim sock yarn, their Berora kind of really nice tweedy handspun effect yarn, and a few months ago I think they released Brusca, which is decay worsted weight, 100% Portuguese wool, and it's so it's like, it feels similar to the woolen spuns of the Rerum Natura, like Gilliatt or Ulysse. A little bit rustier, maybe. A little bit more rustic, but really not itchy. It feels dry. You see, that's the difference. It doesn't feel itchy. It's a bit dry, but I would totally wear that on my neck, and I think it would make a nice yarn for really cozy, heavy accessories as well. And I really, the thing is, I've seen that color. I think a lot of us have our eyes on that color. This is the color 5C, and it's bronze, and it's sort of this is a little bit more golden, I guess, and shiny because of the yak content, I guess. But yeah, it's the same kind of tones, and it's stunning, and I really like it. And the thread is, it's like, it's really round and uniform. It looks like it's going to be great for a variety of things. I can see it working really well in color work, but also I think it will show off textures really well. And Rosa Pomar has designed a sweater with bubbles, that is going to be published in Laine magazine, the next issue that's coming out at the end of the month. I don't like bubbles. Subtle bubbles, like there's a sweater by Fibertales, the scone maker, with the yoke, and it has some bubbles. I like that because they're consistent with the rest of the design, like they're part of a bigger motif, so to say. I don't like bubbles just like this, everywhere. Too much bubbles. I don't know. I also think it's quite, and I don't know, it's really personal. I know bubbles are really in fashion, and I do think that when I look at that sweater that Rosa Pomar designed, there's previews on it on Instagram, you can see it there. I do think it looks really nice. It's beautiful and it's very interesting. It's just that I can't help but picturing it like as if each bubbles would have like a little jingle bell, and it would be like one of those Christmas sweaters, and when you move it makes noises because of all the, I don't know, it's a weird sensation that I have when I look at that many bubbles. But yeah, my point was that the bubbles are really defined and they pop out, so it looks like it's a yarn that is going to allow textures to pop really easily. So that's really interesting. And so I got a sweater's quantity for a design. And so this is going to be the main body of the sweater, and this is going to be a contrast color. This is the color 13C, and it's this dark kind of marled midnight blue with it has bits of black in it, and I thought they looked really nice. And so this is gonna be a design of mine, which I have in my mind for a long time now, and it's going to be a yoke, colorwork and cabled sweater, because yeah, obviously everything in one go is better than choosing. But yeah, it's I don't know yet when I will make it. I kind of hope that I will start making it rather soon so that I can publish it this winter. I'm not promising anything, but yeah, the thing is, it's going to be a yoke. For some reason, I am really afraid to design yokes. It's silly because it's technically simpler, the simplest thing. It's just that it's about placing the increases and yeah, making sure that the yoke is wide enough and that the increases are well placed. And I want to have a colorwork design on this. And then I want to have I want it to be kind of boxy shaped. So I want to have a lot of these on the body, because it's gonna have cables. So I want lots of these, because if not, the cables are going to draw in. It's gonna be cropped. I'm saying way too much. It's everything is well defined. I'm gonna swatch at some point, and I guess I will show you at that time what the design is going to be. But yes, this is my plan, and I always really like Rosaya's labels. They're really nice. And yeah, it is made out of Saloia and Portuguese merino. So I like Rosa Pomar's brand and approach of the wool and what she's doing in Portugal, and that's really nice. And yeah, I can't wait to work with that. It's a really, really, really beautiful yarn, and they have a nice array of colors as well. And yeah, so I just wanted to show it to you because I think it's a really pretty yarn, and you're probably going to see it everywhere now because it was used in Len magazine. But she said that she doesn't have a lot of stock of it left. I know that Anna from Lana et Tricot, which is a yarn shop in France. So if you are French, I know some French people watch my podcast in English. She just received it. Like I ordered it from Rosa Pomar, and like when I received it, Anna told me, "Hey, I just received mine for the shop." Could have gotten it from you. But yeah, like bad timing on that. But she has some of it, so you can check her as well, in case Rosa Pomar doesn't have enough stock. But they said that they've been preparing for it, because obviously, like the bubble sweater, I know it's going to be really, I don't like bubbles, but I know it's a really popular thing. So it's probably going to be really popular, and they're gonna have a high demand of bruska. And yeah, I hope that I'm going to make that design happen soon enough, so that I don't end up with a worsted weight sweater in spring to be released. But hey. So yeah, that's it for this week's episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you like the Avellana shawl, don't forget the coupon code for it, the code Avellana, for 20% off until Sunday. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this week's episode. I hope you liked it, that you are doing well, and yeah, I will see you next time. And if you want to test knit the thing for me, just check Instagram. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much. Bye.